What's up, my attack helicopters? How you doing today? It's Chris here. No fooling today. We already did our April Fool's joke. We did a lot of fooling already. If you want to watch it, feel free to go over to my Super Science channel. I actually did an April Fool's video over there. Only do one a year usually. Don't want to do too many. I'll run out of my ideas too quickly. So, what's going on today, man? This is a unique video. Not something I normally do. Not a BTD Battles video. We're talking about ideas here, guys. So, BTD 6 has officially been announced. There is no official release date yet, but BTD 6 does exist and will happen, hopefully in the near future, hopefully by the end of the year. To me, that's in the near future because I've been waiting for like 4 years now, so it just makes me happy. Alright, so what's going on right now? We've done some tower things in the past. We've talked about the tank monkey. We've talked about the chainsaw monkey, or rather the shotgun monkey, excuse me. Two towers that I think are going to be really cool additions to BTD 6 if they do end up becoming part of the game. But I think that there are a bunch of other cool ideas as well, and even if a couple of these get put into the game, I will be extremely, extremely happy that I helped make the game possibly better. Or other people, or basically the Bloons community, helped make the game just a little bit better. It's exciting to me. So, today we're going to talk about the Pineapple Factory! Yeah! So what the heck does this tower do and how does it work? Well, basically, what it does is it shoots out pineapples. You know, I mean, in BTD 4, you used pineapples quite a bit, actually, to pop a lot of the balloons. In BTD 5, you stopped using them so much. You didn't really need them anymore. There's a lot of good lead pop and power towers. So pineapples became sort of a thing that was necessary to include in the game, but not really that important, right? So I think this is going to be a really good addition as far as lead popping power goes, as far as popping power goes, and as far as just a good addition to the monkey team, I guess. Basically, when you think of all of the monkeys put together, all of the different towers and upgrades that they have, you want to have a variety, right? And I think the Pineapple Factory is a perfect example of variety. You know, even though it's sort of similar to the Spike Factory, it works in so many different ways, and I think you're going to be able to use it in basically a lot of fun ways, I think, at least. So these are the personal upgrades that I thought of. I've made them up. The only thing that I didn't do is I didn't price them out. The only thing that I have is the base cost, because I feel like the base cost is kind of important for this tower. It can't be too high. If you make them $800, $1,000, like a Spike Factory or something similar, he's just not going to get used at all. So you need to make him sort of sucktastic at the beginning, but also give him a low price for that sucktasticness. So for the Pineapple Factory, we're going to make it. Excuse me. The base cost is going to be $400. That's it. $400. Whatever, man, no big deal. All he's gonna do, shoot at a pineapple every, like 2 seconds or so, and and basically when the pineapple pops onto the ground, he's gonna wait 3 seconds and then explode. Right? So I think that's a really cool idea. And I think it's going to be really, really exciting because it's going to be weird. Where do you put him? Do you put him at the front of the map? Do you put him at the middle of the map? You probably wouldn't put him at the end of the map, right? You wouldn't want explosions near the end of the map. So it's just like, and do you put him in an area where he can shoot just in one single area, or where he can shoot all over the map in a bunch of different areas on that map? Just a lot of different ways to think about it, man. How the heck are you going to use this guy effectively, right? You got to be thinking, it's tough. So anyways, moving on, we got to talk about all the upgrades. I'm going to go over the left-sided upgrades first, and then the right-sided upgrades second. If you guys think any of these are overpowered or stupid or silly, or you think of a better upgrade instead of what I have, of course, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them. So, for the left-side upgrades, basically for the 1-0 upgrade, it's just going to be bigger bombs. We just want bigger explosions. Nothing too crazy, nothing too special. Just make those guys just a little bit bigger. Moving on to 2-0, the grilled pineapples can pop 2 layers now instead of just 1. So this is kind of important, guys, because when you think about pineapples, they're usually not all that effective. But once you move to layer affection, or affecting layers, then you can go from, like, you can pop a pink down to a green, and then a green down to a red. Like, that's a pretty good thing. But if you pop, like, a rainbow, you're skipping the rainbow layer, skipping all of the zebra layers, and you're popping down to blacks and whites. So you're really getting a lot more popping power out of your tower. Not just getting 2 pops, you're getting multiple pops out of your guys. Maybe, I don't know, just a lot more than 2. So that's kind of exciting as well. And plus, it's going to do area damage as well. So you're doing multiple layer damage, which I think is going to be a really helpful tower to use kind of in the mid to late game area. But of course, he doesn't shoot that fast, and that's kind of the problem. So moving on to 3-0. Pineapples can pop black and zebra balloons. Oh, here we go. So I waited till the 3rd tier upgrade for this, because now you have to decide, do I want to go for the other side, or do I want to go for black and zebra popping power? Because that's kind of important, right? Well, obviously, yeah, it is, man. So, basically, It pops black and zebras, kind of limits its weakness right there. Now it can affect all types of balloons. It's only good against balloons. Once you move to Mubs and BFEs and so, oh my god, it's not quite as effective anymore, but it still does damage. And that's kind of the main thing. But then, once you move on to the next upgrade, the 4-0, it's going to be the Mega Bomb. And now you can pop through 3 layers of balloons. Now, there are a bunch of towers that can pop through layers. There's, like, the big one that pop through 5 layers. And there's snipers that can pop through, 7, even, like, 10 layers or something like that. Like, a lot of freaking layers from the highest upgrades. So I thought 3 layers was pretty reasonable because you're doing area damage. Again, you can pop big chunks of rainbows down to, what? Pinks? Like, that's... rainbows to pink, is that right? Rainbows down to zebras, zebras down to blacks, blacks down to pinks. That's 3 layers, man. So, that's really freaking effective right there. You can pop big chunks of rainbows down to pinks. Of course, not good against every balloon, though. Popping ceramics is going to be really tough and all that stuff. So, it's a very, very niche tower. How are you going to use him? You have to use him very effectively to make him worthwhile for you. So, moving on. That's all the left-sided upgrades. Let's talk about the right-sided upgrades now. And of course, this is going to include the ability as well, which is kind of exciting. So for the 0-1, we want faster Pinapples. That's it. Simple. Kind of like the Spike Factory. 0-2, same thing, man. Super fast Pinapples. So the max you can get is popping 2 layers on each time for a 2-2. Just thinking about it, for a 2-2. You can pop through 2 layers and then do super fast Pinapples on top of that. Then you need to kind of pick what you want to do. Do you want to go for the black popping power? Or, on this side, the 0-3 will be Pinapples which explode on contact with the balloons or when the timer reaches 0. So this is the only one that I'm sort of like taking a step back. I'm not sure if I want to do it this way because it's very similar to a 4-2 Spike Factory where it does explosions or it basically explodes. It's kind of like a Spike Factory explosion. The only difference is it doesn't pop balloons before it explodes. It's just as soon as it hits the balloon, it explodes. Which, that's the real weakness of the Pineapple Factory is that the timer. It's kind of weird. The timer could mess up and just do things wrong. So, I don't know, man. Maybe even make it so you can click on the pineapples to explode them or something like that. I don't know. Haven't decided on it yet, but this is what I think for right now. Just having the pineapples explode on contact, or of course when the timer runs out, maybe they can still have the explosion reach and hit the balloons. Maybe even somewhere else, so that's kind of exciting. And for the last upgrade, my friends, the ability. Now this is one that I think is going to be, again, a fairly cheap, upgrade. I'm not thinking $12,000 for these upgrades. I'm not thinking $15,000. I'm just thinking a couple grand, man. I don't want these crazy overpowered towers that only get spammed in the late game. I want some towers that can be used in the mid game and effectively at that. So this is going to be a fun one. Maybe not the most effective, but definitely fun. And maybe even have the cooldown be kind of low. So what's going to happen is, how like the Spike Factory has like a radius, it's the same exact radius the entire time. Well, the Pineapple Factory is going to have the exact same thing. It's going to have a radius that doesn't change the entire time. Any upgrade, no upgrades change the radius, except for a Monkey Village, which can affect things. And what I wanted to do is, if you think basically the giant circle all the way around it, they're going to have maybe like 100 pineapples shoot out all the way to the edge of the radius, and then of course 3, 2, 1, boom, and you're gonna have basically everything inside of that radius get almost completely annihilated. I mean, at least do a lot of freaking damage to them, right? Big chunks of pineapples like that, you're gonna do mega damage to them. The only thing is it's not that accurate. Of course, you have to be in the exact right area for those pineapples to do that damage, and that can be difficult. To put them in the exact right spot on a lot of these maps could be really, really crazy. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the Pineapple Factory. Of course, if you guys have any other ideas or anything involved with the Pineapple Factory, I'd love to freaking hear them. Please throw them my way. If you have any other ideas that you want to, throw my way for other towers or something like that, I would love to hear them. I'm going to be planning on making at least 3 of these videos, but if you guys really hate these videos, if you think they're terrible and stupid and don't make any sense, you think I'm just bad at making these types of videos, that's okay. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about it. Things about... I love to make you guys happy. So if you hate these videos, tell me why, and I'll try and do a better job for you in the future. But thank you so much for watching, and have a super duper delicious day.